Hey everyone, this is an updated video of the freeze-proof automatic chicken water system. So I made a video last time that I thought was pretty well designed, but I had to modify some things about that design simply because I wasn't getting enough water pressure going through the system. Simply because I didn't have my bin high enough to have enough gravity, if you will, to push the water down. So anyway, this is an updated design. I'm just going to go through the whole process here and how the water kind of goes through and all the different components. So on the left hand side, hopefully you guys can see that stick. On the left hand side is the bucket that you would have, or the drum. I currently have a 30-gallon drum in here, and within that drum, obviously that's where you fill the water. We have a spigot that is connected to a hose. This is a flexible kind of metal hose, or and I will show these. I'll show this to. I'll show the whole system later after I go through this. This map here, or this diagram here. So so the spigot is basically it goes to a regular garden hose size. You can use a regular garden hose, but I just choose to use the metal one. It's like a 3-foot one, and it connects to an adapter, to a 3/8 adapter, to a clear polyvinyl hose, I believe is what it is, into a pump, and that's also a 3/4 inch pump, or 3/4 inch line, and that pump pretty much pushes the water to another adapter, another 3/8 adapter, into a 3/4 inch hole, and then this is a cap. This whole thing is a PVC, and this PVC here has a T. This is a T PVC here, and this is an end cap that has a 3/4 inch socket, or actually threaded, sorry, 3/4 inch threaded hole in there, where you can put the adapter to the hose. And this is a 1/2 inch T over here, and that's just a regular PVC pipe, or you can have it as the one I got was threaded, so I had a flexible pipe here, and you can get this one from Home Depot, and into a 1/4 turn valve. And that valve basically is what you use to take the air out of the system, so that you ensure that the whole pipe is full of water when you turn the pump on. So the water flows from left to right, and you need to angle this higher on the left hand side where the pump is coming in, and it's lower on the right hand side. As water flows through here, the water will flow from the tank, and fill and the pump will push it into the PVC pipe. Now, given that this is a smaller hose here, it will take time to fill this up. So what you need to do in order to ensure that there's water all across the line, that you won't have any air bubbles or any air that's trapped in there, I put this T in here so that you can, and that's why you have it on the top, so that you can open that while you just turn on the spigot and just let the water run. And this is normally higher. I can show you guys later that I have this higher, but you don't really necessarily have to have it higher. You can do so without making it higher, and just put it, let the pump just kind of push the water in. I just like to I just like to let the water fill in first, and once it's full, it will overflow to the top of this, and then I will shut the valve, and then I know that the whole system is free of any air bubbles, and then I turn the pump on, and at that point it's just pretty much circulating the water. Now this on the right hand side is another T, but this is a drain plug here, and that drain plug is, I can use that if you're making any changes like I had to, or if you're fixing any of these chicken nipple feeders here, or water feeders here, that leaks. You can turn off the water pump, or first turn off the spigot, turn off the water pump. Well, actually turn off the water pump first, and then turn off the spigot, and then drain the water. And then you can work on this without having to deal with any water leaking or spraying out or anything like that. So that's the whole purpose of the drain plug. On the other side here is also another cap, which is exactly the same as the one on the left hand side, and it goes into an adapter, 3/4 inch adapter that's threaded in there, and then that adapter is an adapter 3/4 inch to 3/8 hose adapter, if you will, and then so that's a clear polyvinyl tube that goes straight into back into the drum. Now this is a deicer, or a actually you can get a deicer, or what I got was just a pond heater, and that's more than sufficient for what I have. I only had 30 gallons. Obviously, if you have a larger amount of water, you might want to get a larger, or this is only 500 watts. I've seen a lot of people use 1,000 watts or 1,500 watts. I've got a very small system here, so that is also self-regulating thermostat right there, or deicer in there, as well as it's plugged into another thermostat plug here that it basically senses the temperature outside before it actually turns on. And likewise, this one senses the temperature of the water and turns on, because you don't the reason why I have two sensors in here is the water temperature may not necessarily be the same temperature as what's going on in the the air around you, or the weather outside. So you want to be able to keep that water warm when it's needed, but not too hot, because it could be that it's the thermostat turns on because it's cold, it's freezing outside, but this may end up getting the water too hot. So you do not want it also having your chickens drinking super warm water. So that's the reason why we have to have a self-regulating deicer or water pond heater, and this is just an extension cord plugged in and so forth. So that's pretty much the whole system. I apologize for the drawing. I'm not an artist, and so this is how it's all lined up here, and I will go ahead and show you guys the entire system, as well as I will put in all the links to all the parts that's listed here, and in the video it'll be in the description, all the things that I bought, with the exception of this 1/2 inch extension tube, which you guys can buy from Home Depot or any hardware store that you guys have. It's just a threaded 1/2 inch tube to another to a 1/4 turn valve. Okay, all right, let me go ahead and take this off the it's probably going to be a little, hopefully you're not going to go and vibrate too much. Okay, all right, so this is the system that I have, Okay, so you guys can see that's the drum, right? That's a 30-gallon drum, and this is the spigot that I put together. Okay, this drum already comes with a hole on it, so it already comes with another spigot, which I didn't like, which was a cheap brass one. So I replaced it with this. This is a quarter turn valve as well, and that's an adapter. So that's an adapter to a hose bib. It's pretty much a hose bib adapter here. And so this is the metal hose that I was talking about earlier. This is just your standard garden hose that you can buy. I got a link to the description too on that. And that goes straight down here. That hose goes straight into, I don't know if you guys can see it. Okay, into another adapter here. That adapter is a 3/4 inch. So this is kind of just like another, another hose, the end of the hose, right? And you're just putting in a 3/4 inch adapter to a 3/8 adapter, hose adapter, if you will, and that's the clear polyvinyl tube. Now, when you buy these, in the link, it comes with these clamps, so you can just buy this, and then you just pretty much clamp it, and then you buy the hose. You buy the length of hose that you need. The one I bought was 15 feet. I bought a 10-foot and a 15-foot one, and because I had to make changes and so forth and redesigned it, but altogether, so that goes straight into your pump. And the pump is also 3/4, what did I say? 3/8. I'm sorry. These are 3/8. I'm not sure whether I said 3/8 or 3/4, but these are 3/8 hoses, and these are this is the pump, and the pump goes straight into the, if you will, the extension cord right here, which you can see. All right. So, so that pump goes straight into that. If you can follow that hose, I got too many hoses. I didn't want to cut any more of the hoses. I could cut it shorter, but I figured if in case I ever would have a need for any other hose, I can always cut this one shorter and use it. So as you can see, that goes straight into the run here, and I'm going to go ahead and open this up for you guys. So I'm going to try to keep these chickens out in here. Come on. Okay. All right. So that hose goes straight into this adapter. And this adapter is the same one that I had on the hose over there. That adapter right there. So that's the exact same one. And it goes into this end piece here that it goes into this T. And this is threaded here, and this is non-threaded. Ow. Yeah. So anyway, you pretty much just have to put regular PVC cement in here, and then this is the T, and this allows the air to go out, and these guys need to stay in there, and then that's where I allow it to oh gosh, these chickens. Okay, and that's where the air goes out, and the rest of the water goes further down there. As you can see, one of them is already trying to drink. Okay, and the water is pressurized in there essentially because of the pump, and which is kind of good, but it also causes it to I guess squirt out a lot more water whenever they drink from it, and it drips down on the bottom there, and they kind of dig it out a little bit, which is not too bad. It's not like super muddy in there, but it does get wet. So that's that one. So now going back, sorry for hopefully the camera is not as shaky as my first video, but I'm gonna try to keep it as steady as I can. So that water, now it feeds straight into this pipe, right? And this is the drain right here, as you can see. If I were to open this, which I had to tighten quite a bit, that will pretty much drain everything that's in there. Obviously, you want to turn off the spigot first, and to make sure that all the water drains out. And then this is another end piece here, which is the same as the one on the front side of this PVC tube, and that's the same adapter with the clamp. And this is the return hose, and that hose goes straight into the back of the I just put a hole in here. There wasn't really a hole here. I just drilled a hole and it kind of fit exactly the hose in there. You guys can see I can take this out. You can see there's water coming out of there. Now I gotta shove it in. Okay, all right. Okay, as you guys can hear that the water is still going, right? Okay, now the other component I also did here was to keep the water from freezing. I have that I didn't want to open this, but this wire right here is the wire for the pond heater that goes. The pond heater is down on the bottom, sitting on the bottom of the of this barrel, and it's attached to this thermostat plug. This thermostat plug here only turns, this yellow one here, it only turns on if the temperature goes, I believe it turns on when the temperature is 40 something degrees, 46 or 45, and that's when it turns on. And this temperature right here, or this plug right here, the pond turns on, I believe, if it's goes down to like 39, no, actually no, it's around 40 something as well, it will turn on. So and it will shut off once it gets to around 54 degrees, I believe. I don't remember the exact specs, but essentially it will keep the water from freezing, but it will never make it too hot or too warm for them. So the other thing that I didn't include in the diagram was I also added this measuring stick, if you will. I have a floating pool. It's like a ball that you put for the ropes in the pool that floats around, and I had this flexible stick, which the same one that I was using to point at the diagram, but I stuck it into that floating pool ball, and to give me an idea so that I can pretty much just lift this and figure out, okay, how far down is the water. And I had a marker here. I had marked this, I plan on putting a flag up here, or probably like a tape, to where I can see that once it gets to a certain point, when that tape gets down to here, then it's time to refill this. And this is just, when I take this off, this is just an open hole over here that allows me to go just put a hose in there and refill it. So anyway, that's about it. Oh, by the way, this specific barrel I didn't include in the list. You guys can purchase your own. Just make sure you have an overflow for it, just in case you overfill it, it overflows, so it doesn't puddle in the top or anything else. The other thing that I was kind of mentioning was, I have my barrel high, but as you can see, I have the hose is kind of going down to the ground, so into the the water feeder there, and it's just the water just goes down and it loses pressure so it wasn't enough to push the water down that way. So that's why I had to put the pump over here instead of after the chicken water bar. So anyway, if that makes any sense, hopefully this helps, and let me know if you guys have any comments and questions. Feel free to put it in the comments below. Thanks. Bye.